refuse to call it a genocide in front of everybody.
I need you to understand that this is not.
It's not okay that there's a genocide happening and you're not actively against it.
You're lying.
I'm lying?
You're not.
You went on TV and avoided talking about it.
You haven't been calling it a genocide. Don't tell me I'm lying. Then just say it's a genocide. Just say it. Over 30,000 people are dead, AOC. You can't just say it for once. Just say the word. That's it. That's all we want you to say. That's it.
You're going to cut it, and you're going to cut this, and you're going to clip this so that it's completely out of context. I already said that it was, and y'all are just going to pretend that it wasn't over and over again. It's fucked up, man. And you're not helping these people, and you're not helping them.
You refuse to.
You're not helping them.
AOC, man, she's been living a pretty interesting life these days. And I gotta say, man, as a conservative, I really do feel like we're to blame for AOC. We're at least to blame for her popularity and for whatever level of authority the left thinks she has. You know, because back when she was just some crazy junior congresswoman chasing jobs out of New York because billionaires are bad and talking about getting rid of cows and banning air travel to save the world, I mean, we laughed at her. And honestly, because those things are funny, you know, she was a sideshow to us, the walking, talking caricature of a really, really dumb leftist. But the problem is, the more we amplified her, the rest of the dumb leftists, they got excited, man. They felt heard or represented. They felt whatever it was that they were told to feel, basically. And now, here we are, man, a powerful woman who is really, really good at making intellectually corrupt people believe that she's serious. And it's dangerous. It's bordering on dangerous. Now she's in a position to say and affect some pretty serious things.
Do you think, well, let me put it this way. What do you say to an independent voter, an average voter, who looks at what's going on with Donald Trump? You have his assets might be seized tomorrow. You also have the hush money case from the the district attorney, Alvin Bragg of New York. You also have the Georgia case about election interference. You also have the special counsel investigation on election interference. You also have the classified documents case down in Florida. That's 5 cases. And to a voter, what do you say to a voter who says, well, that doesn't look like he's being treated equally before the law? That looks like somebody that the government is going after.
Has there ever been a president, Republican or Democrat, that has been subject to this level of criminal charges, indictments, and investigations? This is not about party. This is not about politics. This is about corruption and criminality. We're talking about an individual who ordered essentially a terrorist attack on the Capitol of the United States in order to retain power. That is not about being a Republican. It is not about being a Democrat. It's about being an unethical and individual who is subject and prone to criminality. And unfortunately, this is the state that we're in. And I actually think that the fact that it's happening in so many places and so many jurisdictions cuts in the face of that. This is not just New York. This is Georgia. This is federal courts as well.
This is the kind of stuff that happens, man, when the propaganda and the narrative wear off. You know, she says this isn't about politics. This is about criminality. She says Donald Trump essentially ordered a terrorist attack, says the great all-knowing AOC. Yet she'll never, ever, ever in a million years be able to actually explain why it is that Jack Smith hasn't charged him for anything even remotely like that, anything more serious than conspiracy against rights. And she doesn't even know what that means, honestly. Most of them don't. But this is what happens. You know, the left, I think they recognize that January 6th has reached the critical mass where there are now only 2 kinds of people, 2 reactions to the words January 6th. The reaction you get from the corrupt and crazy who really do believe that police were killed and it was an armed attempt to overthrow a free and fair election. And they will always believe that. You know, no matter what they see, no matter what they hear or discover, no matter what, they're going to believe that. And then there's the world of the people who actually have working brains, you know, who do not care if we ever hear those words again. We don't need to treat it like some fraudulent holy holiday like the Democrats would for sure prefer, right? We view it as an angry, violent mob full of people who got out of control and they felt unheard. You know, just like the situation in Seattle with CHOP, just like countless other riots that literally led to billions in damages. Who knows how many thousands of injuries and dozens of deaths, right? that's what we see. Thankfully, I believe, there are more of us than there are of them. And this is why, victimizers like AOC feel the need to step up their language and talk about terrorist acts and insurrection this and insurrection that, all this us versus them nonsense. These are not serious people. These are people that believe only what they're told to believe. And we've got to beat them in November, man. We got to beat them so bad that they honestly don't believe it. But that's just my take, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, be a part of our growth. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. I'll see you in the next one.